two of these building a CRM series using Lovable. Um, I am back again, Jesus from Hustling Labs, and today we're going to be integrating Firecrawl into Lovable as well as adding some other features. So I'm really excited to add Firecrawl because number one, they are one of the official integrations that Lovable has added. But number two, I'm excited because of the opportunities that come with scraping the internet, right? So today we're going to be looking um, into how we can utilize them to make this a little bit better piece of software. So before we start, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of what I have already built. So this is my little masterpiece. So we have different widgets for different information in the dashboard. We have a posting streak. None of this is connected to social media yet through the APIs. That will be coming soon. We have a contacts feature. And I guess it's not working. So we're going to go here and load. I want to delete this. Fix the routing for the first. Let's fix that issue. Let's log in. What is doing that? So ideally we can, and I'm just going to say I have left the chat on the sidebar. So if you would like to, okay, yeah, that's good. Let me open that panel. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I would like to answer them. I don't know why the panel is not opening. I will just ask. Okay, so here we are. We got the chat up and running. Let me see one more thing. Perhaps there's a better way. No, not really. All right. So I'm just working on my YouTube integration, trying to figure out exactly how to get this to work better. But all right, I will leave as it is for now. All right, so we have an error related to Supabase flow correctly. Okay, so face the routing for the sidebar menu. So let's see how it does. And I need to do that in order for me to be able to show you and give you the demo. It was working as of a few moments ago. So while it's doing that, I'm going to copy these because these are some ideas that we might be building today. And I'm going to paste them in the docs. All right, so ideally what we're going to do is we're going to use Firecrawl to be able to scrape some data from the internet to amend the information that we have available in the CRM. So, all right. So okay, engagement data, missing information. All right, so it should fix those. All right, so it looked like it's reloading again. Another error. Let's see what the heck is wrong now. All right. We're going to delete the analytics. We are not really going to need it, and it's giving me too many errors. I'm going to rethink that feature and rebuild it here in the near future. And that's not really what I want to focus on now. We're also going to delete the create post feature. If I would have been able to. So we have a content calendar. We're going to scrape those. Reason why is because, all right, let's take a look here. We don't really want to get into those. So we're going to send that one as well. I'm going to reload this page, and all right, so we have one subscriber. Content calendar features. We're getting some errors. Just part of the game. I built too many fixtures too fast, and now I'm having to delete some of them so I can rebuild in a much better way. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. So I will be answering any questions that you might have. Oh, there is an error. I'm almost tempted to start building from scratch. So we're actually going to revert to a stable version. from about an hour ago. So hopefully this fixes some of the issues. And then we can implement. All right, so we got contacts here. Is getting tough by the moment. Is importing that model. But I don't see. All right. So I don't see the preview visit. And there was an error. All right, let's see if this fixes the issue. Oh, then we. If not, what we're going to do is we're going to revert to a much earlier version. Take on components. All right, there's another error. So we're going to delete the Twitter integration. So we're going to delete all of that. There are a few things that I want to do before we get to add so let me backtrack. So what I'm doing right now is I had created a Twitter integration. Hey, Mike Tarantino, thank you for joining. Have you actually completed a project in Lovable? I feel like I keep running in circles. It keeps breaking the code. So right now, to answer your question, right now, the biggest issue that I have is that the API integrations is not working correctly unless it's the ones that are supported to them. So there are a few things that I want to test that I'm actually testing tonight. And in this live video, like uploading the documentation. I'm sorry, I'm running blank. So basically, I will be uploading the documentation, scraping it manually for the system and uploading it. So hopefully that will allow me to do the Twitter integration or S integration, right? So each endpoint, I will be uploading the documentation manually. So when doing the API thing. So for everything else, yes and no. I'm running into circles for some things, but for some other ones, I feel that I'm getting somewhere actually. But it really depends on, and some of it is my fault too. Like I jumped the gun and I tried to start doing the API integrations way too fast. So I started trying to get into the fun part before building the basics correctly. So, like the S integration, I should have built a really solid foundation. Should have done the scraping before even adding any social media. And for context, this is a CRM that is um, for content creators. So I'm building it for me. I don't even think I'm going to launch this as a software as a service application. Um, but before I keep talking, let me figure this thing out. Um, configuration database tables and anything. So yeah, I should have built a solid foundation, which I didn't do. I was eager to make it work and to start using it. So I spent the last 2 days since Lovable have been doing their free. Hey, we're not going to charge you for any integrate for any messages. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get this done in 2 days. And when in reality, I'm trying to build something that is quite complicated because I'm trying to, let's say, I add somebody to my CRM and I want that to sync with their social media profile, and I want that to sync with, on top of that, with any interactions that they have with my content. So I want to see like a 360 of that person and how we interact with each other. And I just went straight for it. And I fell into the trap of thinking, yeah, I can get this done in 3 days, when in reality, I'm trying to build something that will probably take quite a while for me to complete. And if I don't have a strong foundation, I'm not going to get anywhere. So that's the biggest pitfall that I jump into. So that's why I'm here trying to delete certain things that I had deleted, but I had to go back in history because the code broke. Um, that's the biggest thing that I'm running into right now. So we're going to fix this and we're going to integrate Firecrawl tonight. I'm pretty confident that we can get that done. It's one of the official integrations that they have released, so I should not be running into many issues. Um, use as API keys. So hopefully I can get this going relatively soon. So Mike, you jump into a big project, a directory. Hey, I feel the pain. I'm wondering what kind of directory you're building, so I'm writing to you right now. Um, while you're doing that, Mike, I'm going to share something with you that I started building. Perhaps you can use some of it. Um, and right now, all I'm doing is like, I'm building projects just for the heck of it. I'm making a whole lot of YouTube videos. So um, let me make sure that So Mike, I'm sharing this link in the chat. Hopefully you're still connected. But that's basically a project that I started. Perhaps you can clone it and get some stuff out of it. Um, all right, so let's continue pushing forward. I keep getting that error. It's getting quite annoying, and I'm about to just scratch this, start from zero. I think that's probably the fastest way at this point. It's insane. All right, it's not public. Let me see. Pretty sure I just saw that it was public because I checked, but I might be wrong. It is public. Let's go back to private. Uh, Set it back to public. It's being updated. I don't know why. You will run into issues because it's public, but I don't know. I keep getting this error. All right, let's fix this. Yes. Let's see. I would say I will play around with it for another 10, 15 minutes. If it's not working, I will start from scratch. I got nothing better to do. So, let's see. It is. The main thing that I'm doing this build is because I'm sitting here, like I'm not doing anything better. I'm going to build anyways, and I figured that people have questions, they will want to engage and ask questions. So if you do have questions, let me know, and I will be more than happy to share what I'm learning. All right, there is an error. Let's look at the logs. Mm, mm, mm. All right, let's try to fix it. If you're watching on YouTube, please consider liking this video. It really helps me reach more people. And I might like super bass. Oh yeah, I like them too. So when I'm not using Replit, with Replit I use their database, their Postgres database. When I'm not using Replit for any other project, Lovable board or any other project, I'm actually using Superbase. All right, let's look at the logs. This is quite annoying. I really like this design. So let's fix this issue. While it's doing that, I'm going to reload this page and I can give you a walkthrough of what I have done so far. And we can talk about what is going to be done. That's probably. All right, so let's actually do a walkthrough. Let's reopen it. All right, so as I said, these three are going to be gone. They're going to be replaced by number of contacts, number of companies, and something else. Posting streak, and that will stay and that will be fed through the API. And then upcoming content, and that will be deleted. And I will add something there. I don't know. Then on contacts, I don't know why I have to reload this page every time. All right, let's see. I don't know what's doing there. Never tried before, at least by me, but we're going to delete any component, feature, or anything else that's giving an error. I don't know if that would even work, but we will see. I'm getting tired of this whole trying to remove this feature so I can say, okay, let's try this. You see, this is weird. You see, we got these three here, but over here we got a chart that we don't have here. Definitely not there. Then we got total likes, comments, shares, and average content engagement, nothing on top. And here, this is odd. I got no idea what's doing that. What the heck? Definitely not a good look. And you know, the nice thing about this live video is so Mike said I play with Repli also. I think while we have to go, well, we have a while to go before this goes. All right, so that's what Mike said. You know, I will agree with you, Mike. I think so too. So yes, these AI tools have a while to go, but okay. So Mike said that he started prompting, don't make changes, give me the option, then telling it what I wanted to do. That's a good idea. So I would try that after I get out of this stupid loop that I keep getting into. It seems like the same errors over and over and over again. TypeScript error, removing individual table types. Let's see how it's solving it now. Simplify, create, export for database. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're actually going to go back to a much earlier version that was much more stable. All right, is this done? It's getting quite annoying. Account settings. No. Trying to find a stable version. I think this was it. I've been earlier than that. Let's try this one, 532. I will this. And this is something that I actually like a lot. I can revert back in history to a code version that was working correctly. And if I actually want really stable version, probably want to do something from this morning. Um, all right, I think, let's see. Let's fix this issue. Once this issue is fixed, then we can go into talking about some of the features that I have created. All right, we're going to apply these changes even though they were applied before. Oh, no. All right, we need to delete all its functionality. I might have to. Well, yeah, we will delete the functionality first, and then we will jump into the database and delete that too. And the reason why we have to delete it again is because before we had created a yeah, we had made some changes, but um, we are having to remove. We revert to an earlier version, so we're removing that. So I think we can take a look at this. All right, this is about the database, but not related to us, so we should be able to. So Fusion Tech AI, just hey, just a heads up, these errors are mostly from Supabase. I usually try to implement the front end first and then publish it once and then work on the back end. So I have built the front end, and the front end is built for the most part. The biggest thing is that I reverted to an earlier version because of an issue. Um, and I really appreciate you jumping in. So, Lovable released an update to an issue that they had with GitHub, and they ended up giving out like free credits for the whole weekend. So I figured, hey, why not? Why not build the whole project in a weekend? And in reality, is that it was a bad idea to try to build a complicated feature set in one weekend. So I decided to go in and start working on the API integration with S and API integration with Instagram. Uh, And at that point, I was just playing with it, trying to figure out like how can I push the limits for Lovable. And it, the front end wasn't where it needed to be, and some of the features um, were not up to where we needed to be. So I ended up messing up the whole project, and I might have to start again. So delete the content. I'm going back and having to delete some of the come on, some of the earlier features, and I don't want to revert further back because there are certain things that I definitely don't want to delete that were built between the moment that I started integrating the APIs and the last repairable version that I'm willing to revert to. So, and again, this is just like for me to play around. So the nice thing about these live videos is that you get to see like all the stupid mistakes that I make rather than a little bit more refined video that I will release on YouTube that will have like you don't see the errors, you see like exactly how you can get it done. So this is more for me to play around and chat with you. Fusion Tech AI, we always try to push the limits of these builders. I think that when we're challenged to do something, it always happens. And I completely agree with you. Like if there is a will, there is a way, right? So I really love um, I really love how you can just play around with it, especially when you don't have any limits on the credits. You can play around with it and figure out what are the left and right limits, and hopefully we can provide some feedback to the team, and they can um, start working on those to make on these platforms much better. At the end of the day, providing feedback to them and them upgrading their systems and upgrading the software to integrate with other APIs and being able to do other things that they don't do right now based on the feedback that the community provides will only beneficiate all of us because we get to do what we want to do, and then because they keep us paying, right? And so, all right. So delete the content calendar. And I was really, oh, so Mike said, yeah, it's nice to see not just with me struggling with it, a like, man, I get the struggle. Sometimes I sit there for hours and I'm like, I get mad because I'm like, dang, it cannot be just me. Because I will build a feature. I'm like, okay, this is a solid prompt. This is a solid feature. It works as I expected. And I go to add the next feature with yet another solid prompt that I spend an hour or an hour and a half crafting, and it breaks the first feature. I'm like, damn, going back to it. But it's what it is, you know. Like, it's just the game we're playing. So, yeah, not bad. It's, I would say it's even harder when you are um, when you're building and you're using your credits. Um, it just sucks because you just burn through a bunch of credits. So Fusion Tech said, if something goes wrong, I try to ask Lovable to explain how to use my tools and then try again. Uh, that is a really good way to go about it. Well, yeah, it will be really far back right now. Um, calendar feature as a whole, including any files related to it, any option, and any integrations. So yeah, that whenever I'm stuck, I'm like, okay, so let's go back, let's talk about it. Explain to me what is it that we have, and explain to me the issue, and let's talk about how should I solve it. And sometimes I get to the answer that I can prompt it back. I'm like, hey, look at this or look at that, do this, do that. I have found a certain degree of success with that. I'm not going to say that it's a perfect solution, but to create a README file and re-import it. I haven't tried the README file. That's okay. That's, or perhaps you can use that README file and add it to the knowledge. That could be a way, I guess. I haven't tried that approach, but I'm willing to try it because it sounds like something that could work. So Fusion Tech AI said, I am that fisherman. And two, by the way, completely understand you. Yeah, I think there is a whole lot of us on that boat right now trying to. All right, so we're going to delete the content feature in any integrations to it. I think I am in a solid place right now. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the and something that Lovable is missing is in bold. you can look at your file tree and you can see, and if I'm not wrong, that was Bolt. Yeah. So like you can look at your file tree and you can be like, okay, so I need to delete this or that, and you can just delete files from there that are not needed, or edit them, or tell Bolt specifically which files it needs to delete. I don't see which files are available in Bolt, so it's a little bit more difficult. So Richard, welcome to the stream. I have been asking Claude as a second opinion. I have been doing the same thing, but with DeepSeek lately. Well, I would say as of yesterday. Uh, I did it at some point with Claude. It's just that I don't want to pay for Claude, and DeepSeek was free, so I started doing it this weekend. But yeah, it is a way that you can go about it. And along the same route as I was mentioning with Bolt, I wish that I could see the code so I can copy it and paste it into Claude, DeepSeek, OpenAI, or any other AI system. Uh, I don't see the preview visit. When I'm doing that, I want to make sure that we're still free. Yep, we're still free. So Fusion Tech AI said, let me put on the screen. I don't know why I keep reading it. All these tools use Cloud, which is the first big problem. If Cloud is causing the problem, how can it be solved? Um, I cannot talk about Cloud because I didn't do it for an extended period of time. Now, with Cloud, I was able to reason, and the biggest difference is that if I were to do it to import the file into Cloud, I can ask Cloud because there's no limit. I'm not burning through my tokens, or I am not thinking that, hey, I have this many messages left, like in Lovable. So that's the biggest thing that I can say. Mike Tarantino, did you connect to GitHub? No, I do not have that option yet. Um, I believe that they were in beta. Oh, it says connected. Hmm. But I don't think it's syncing. I don't know. Yeah, it's not here. And these were built in, I believe that was V0, I want to say. I don't know. But yeah, it's actually, this is the Glass portal, which is the one that I just shared with you. I wonder if I can. Fusion Tech, you said no, it's not sync automatically. That's good to know. So last time I checked the GitHub feature, it was on a invite only / alpha or beta. So thank you for letting me know, Mike, because I didn't know about it. And now that will solve many issues because now I can just download files from there. And yep, all right, everything is right there. So Fusion Tech, you say it's not sync automatically. So now that I have sync Lovable with GitHub, do I have to resync this every time, or does it sync automatically? I'm a little bit confused now. I I'm going to dive in before I go to sleep tonight. I'm going to dive into the docs because, like I said, I haven't used it. So I'm pretty sure that we have. Okay. All right, cool. Definitely going to play with that. All right, so I think I did a pretty good job before I could any further. I think I did a pretty good job explaining exactly um, what this project is. So I'm going to. Mike said, I believe when you commit a change, it updates. At least it was okay. Well, I guess we're about to see. The company feature to this bill. Start with the menu. So we're routed to the company screen, or we have a single column. No, trying to keep it simple yet descriptive. For the companies database. So then, sorry, let's keep the base and search for them. All right. Let's see what it does. All right. So once I have the companies created, I will add a way to edit companies and to create and edit companies. So I can screen, and then from there, we're going to start integrating Firecrawl. We're going to refactor this. So, question for you guys. Whenever it's recommending to refactor a file, do you do it right away or do you wait and do it later? I typically try to do it right away because I don't want to forget, but I would love to know what everybody else's experience is and what you guys think um, about this. I also believe that refactoring should be treated by Lovable just like solving issues, where hopefully they don't charge us for it, but I might be asking for too much here. I don't know. What do you guys think? This make the codes more maintainable. All right. All right, let's take a look at. All right, so create the add company functionality following the database screen. Company. All right, so let's see. Mike says, I heard if you refactor, you won't use as many credits when making changes. Um, that might be true on other platforms, but on Lovable is not based on tokens, it's based on messages. So every time you send a message, you're burning one message. So it's not like half a message. I think the refactor is more so the code is manageable. So the file don't get too big and then hard to maintain later on if you have to use a developer. So I think your statement is correct, but that will be correct in platforms like Bolt or SoftGen, where they use tokens rather than messages. Um, all right, so let's see how this. Okay, so Hustling Labs, and there is no other information required. All right, more than likely, that error, which I didn't even look, was related to the fact that yep, with Supabase. So just didn't create a way for it to create it. So Fusion Tech, I'm loving this. By the way, I have been working with these tools for like about a month and a half, and I just want to be straight up with everybody. I've been working on these tools for like a month and a half now, and but I'm not an expert by any means. I'm learning. I think just like everybody else is learning. So I love that you guys are sharing what you know, and hopefully, what I'm sharing on YouTube or what I'm learning along the way is useful for you guys as well. So I just want to say thank you for sharing your knowledge with me. So try to refactor, download the file, insert it in WinSurf or whatever. You're going to see how it's going to mess up all your components. Refactor for me, I think, is like compensation of the. Okay, I lost that halfway. So what you're saying is that the more I refactor, the more I'm breaking down the code that is probably not going to work if I were to bring it over to Cursor or Windsurf or something else. Uh, if I'm understanding this correctly, that's pretty interesting. I thought I saw another message. Uh, okay. So Fusion Tech, laziness of Claude when he get too lazy because the file is okay. To refactor for me, I think it's like in compensation of the laziness of Claude when he gets lazy because the file is too big. Okay, I get it now. Richard asks, any suggestion on when you have it fees to build the error, then get the changes already applied messages, and you have it fees the error, then get the changes already applied. Typically, when that happens, at least to me, it just tells me that I cannot make the changes. Okay, okay, yeah. That I cannot make the. Actually, I should not have done that. That I cannot make the changes because the changes are already created. If I'm understanding that correctly. So yeah, I don't think that's an issue. Uh, let's see. What What is the error now? All right, it has to do with Supabase. So we're going to send it. Going to close this. Close account panel later. Well, and an hour later, I'm still trying to fix these issues. And this is why Ball came out with a solution that was a good way to solve issue. Not perfect, still need to improve, but still good. I agree that was a good way to solve issues. I don't play around with Bolt too often, even though I have their premium subscription and it's about to renew. I might cancel it. Reason why is because I think it's the most expensive out of all three. I run through tokens like crazy in Bolt. I can build something in Lovable relatively fast, but for a decent amount of messages. But when it comes to Bolt, I feel that I'm burning through my messages, building half of, or if I am being what do you call that? Whatever. If I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, 3/4 of what I would have been in Lovable using all my credits in Bolt, which to me is insane. So yeah, Bolt have a great way to handle problems, but expensive, at least in my opinion. So let's try adding these. All right, so button funny should be in the hopefully we can fix this, and we need to start thinking about charging a computer. And again, normally, so I'll show you. So normally, this is my Notion base that I'm using for this project. So normally what I will do is I will create a prompt really specific to what I wanted to do, and with as many details as possible, including the rows, how they should look like, what functionality must have, and then I further break down those functionalities into tasks that then I can provide some more context when it's going to develop those tasks. So like the filtering or the sorting or anything else. So everything is super specific to exactly how it's supposed to work. Well, Mike, you're done for the night. Thank you for joining in. I really appreciate you being here. If you ever have any questions, send me an email. My email address is jvasquez@hustlinglabs.com. I will leave it here on the sidebar chat. And that goes for anybody that is connected here right now. If you ever have any questions or if there is anything I can help you with, you can always join in. Mike was disconnecting, that's why. Put that out there. But yeah, I try to be super specific into exactly what I want, just like I will be with any junior developer or somebody that doesn't have the know-how knowledge. So I can provide them with the exact context and the exact idea of exactly how the feature should work, and then they go and they do it. A Fusion Tech said good night. A good night to you too. So at this point, all I'm trying to do is get through this as fast as possible. So hopefully we can get to integrate Firecrawl. And you know, I love doing these kind of things. It's always fun. So Richard said that the main reason why he switched to Lovable is because of both tokens are so expensive. It's insane. Like, I hate it. Hey, developers never sleep. I already have issues sleeping as it is, so I feel the pain. I barely sleep. I only sleep 4 or 5 hours a night, if that. So, yeah. What the heck happened here? Let's log back in. Ooh. What the fuck? Freeze the sidebar and show the right data. Let's see if it solves the issue. If you're just joining in, I would love if you can just join the chat and let me know what questions you have, what you want me to do. I'm trying to fix an issue here in Lovable, taking advantage of the free credits. And hopefully we can get to integrate Firecrawl into our Lovable application or CRM. We will see if we get to that. Today it's not looking good, so screw that. Make sure that the cool thing about this is that I don't have to worry about messages because we got free messages until midnight. If I'm correct, 2 hours and 26 minutes. So we're going to add the sidebar to the company screen. As I was saying, I would really appreciate if you like this video. Let's reach more people. Hopefully we can reach a whole lot of people tonight. And if you subscribe, that's even better. All right, so we got the sidebar there. Just making sure I'm seeing the right thing. Yep. Okay. Okay. Form to company. Click the company button. Should see to add company. Same format as all screens. All right, let's see how this one goes. And while it's doing that, let me check here really quick. All right. Oh, I like the button. I really like the style. I got it from some React components and I really love it. And I'm glad that I changed it to that. Oof. Yeah. It's the same one. Oh, crap. That I use here. So, fix the contact screen. It's not looking correctly. So let's see how it goes. We're going to refactor this file because it's not what I was expecting. Oh. Hmm. If not, that will be work for tomorrow. Well, actually, I only have tonight to use the free credits. So it looks like the dashboard screen is make it for width. I don't know why it's looking like that. Strange. Sometimes like has some really weird things that happens to it. So Richard asked if it's just him and me. Yes, it is just you and me right now. It looks like everybody else disconnected, and I don't know where you are located, um, but I am in Central Time in the state of Texas, United States. It's 9:41 right now, so I don't know. It might be like early morning in some parts of the world. So okay, so you're in Oklahoma. Oh yeah, you're really close to me. Yeah, I mean in Texas, Central Texas, in the Killeen area. So well, somebody just connected. So that will be two plus me. All right. So this is so I don't know what the heck is that because I don't have to worry about credits. We are going to say what's that? A question I will not ask otherwise because I don't want to burn through messages. So so let's see. Hopefully we can get an answer sooner rather than later. It's part of the cyber component. File contains. Why is it visible on this view? It's pushing the screen to the right. All right, let's see why is again another question I will not ask, but I'm not worried about messages, so I can ask questions that I would otherwise not ask. Let's see. So overlapping with the dashboard instead of. All right, so hopefully it's fixed now. Up to a certain extent. Always repeating these on both sides. Explain and this. So let's see if that works. Explain and face. Something new. Okay. Oh, and that fixed the issue, huh? Let's see if we fix the issue here too. Okay, so here, what I actually wanted to do is be responsive right now. Scrolling horizontal. Let's face these small issues here and there. Not that big of a deal, but if I want this to be professional, I'm not going to fall into the pitfall again. I'm going to face the things in the front end and then I'm going to work on the back end. And it's probably going to take a while. Today, the goal is to implement Firecrawl and to be able to add companies. From there, we'll see. All right, we're going to refactor the file. You know, I think tomorrow will be a day in which I'm going to study exactly what refactoring does and whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Hopefully, I can figure out exactly an answer to whether or not it is a good idea to refactor these files when using Lovable. And I might write a note to the Lovable team. We will see. That is a question that I want to answer. Okay. Click on success. Okay. Let's fix this. Yeah, Richard, you have the same question. So I will make a video about it once I get an answer. And once I do my research, and hopefully I can have some clarity and provide a crap, come on. Not that big of a deal. And provide a really good solution or a really good answer to it. Add this sidebar to the company's screen. Make any changes to any of the other screen. Yeah, so Richard said he wondered if he's doing more harm than good. I'm with you. Like Fusion Tech said that if you were to import your files into Windsurf or Cursor, uh, that would show you that it's doing more harm. Um, I don't know much to refute it or support it. That's why I want to do a little bit more research. But if that's the case, then I wonder what is the best course of action? What is the best way that I should go about it? Because if refactoring files in Lovable, not only Lovable, but also Bolt, Windsurf, or SoftGen, if it's going to do more harm than good, then why does the system provide that as an option? And I guess that would be my question. So the sidebar is implemented, but I don't see it. Yeah, it's one of those things. And I wonder if it has anything to do with the way that those files are imported or the way that Windsurf or Cursor read the files. Different format, I don't know. It should not be an issue because it's pretty standard, but let's do hard refreshing this. I have never used Windsurf actually. Um, I've been meaning to download it, install it, and so I can play with it. Come on. Huh. When you hard to companies screen. He's breaking the design just to add the sidebar there. It's getting quite annoying. So to answer your question, no, I haven't used Windsurf. I have been meaning to download it and start playing with it, but I have been enjoying my experience so much with Replit agents and Lovable, SoftGen, and up to a minimal extent with Bolt uh, that I haven't even downloaded yet. Um, I'm going to do some research. I know you said that some people recommend that approach. I'm going to do some research. I haven't heard about it, to be honest with you, but I'm going to do some research and see. This is weird behavior. It's doing the same thing that I was doing before. I'm not going to focus on that. I need to be able to create a company. All right, so created the company finally. If I do this full time, no. So I used to be a no-code developer using Bubble, and I used to build websites for companies and mostly local companies using no-code tools like Bubble, Framer, Webflow. I'm trying to build up my skills in Lovable and all these AI coding tools so I can do the same, but this time with code. I fully believe that the future will be AI coding tools. It's just we're not there yet for full blown sites. I'm looking into doing pro bono sites for some organizations locally that I could build them using probably Lovable, but I'm also considering Replit agents for it, where I can build landing pages and websites just to use them on my own portfolio moving forward. But yeah, ideally, I would be able to do this full time in a couple of months again. And I completely dropped every single no code project that wasn't started or that I hadn't signed a contract. And I just finished the last one at the end of December. So I'm not going back to Bubble. And needless to say, I don't know if you're familiar with Bubble, Bubble.io. I'm pretty sure you can find that online. Uh, I have quite a few templates published there on the marketplace. I have quite a few plugins published on the marketplace. I'm pulling the plugins here in the next week or so. And templates, I might be pulling them relatively soon as well. As I'm able to replace my income from the Bubble marketplace with building these sites, but definitely not going back to no-code tools, at least for the foreseeable future. I think they're stuck behind in the past, and I could go for hours on a rant on why no-code tools doesn't make sense anymore. For not for every case, right? But for certain cases, definitely Framer is something that like that will still be around. Like Webflow will be around, but I don't think Bubble will make much sense in the near future, especially with the way Cursor is evolving, which is another tool that I want to learn how to use. Yeah, you make an app in Flow, and you have some Microsoft Access application and trying to combine and make into web app part of your retirement plan. Okay, so I'm guessing that you don't do this full time right now. To be honest with you, I don't think anybody's building AI coding apps full time right now. I don't think that's the case because we're early in the game. I think people are still trying to figure out what are the limits and trying to push those boundaries so we can get really nice looking apps that are fully functional and that we are able to provide clients with value with it. So yeah. All right. All right. The sidebar is still broken. Create a way to edit, view, and delete companies. If you don't mind me asking, what is Microsoft Access? Um, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's getting quite late. It's almost 10 p.m. I think I'm going to stop hearing the next 20-30 minutes. Okay, so Microsoft Access is a very old database. I'm not familiar with this, with it. Um, okay, I see what you're saying now. It makes more sense now. Let's see. Is the only thing I know work. Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing like that's the alpha version of what now is Supabase. So pretty much a really early version of Supabase or Firebase, for that matter. Okay, that fits the issue in the companies. What? All right, so I want the view company. Should be their own screen in the A pop-up. Oh, okay. So it is. So Access is not in the cloud. If I'm understanding correctly, it's not in the cloud. It's more like a stable forms and reports. So that sounds like selling asteroids, like Power BI kind of thing, perhaps. Hold on, let me look it up. Oh, I've never seen this before. On database app easily inform us that serves your business. Okay. I will do some research on this. I wonder what are the advantages and stuff over something like using Excel. data into insights with free and premium data sheets. I think we're going more into it. Yeah, I think I will do some more research. I don't know. Like, I never even heard of them. To be honest with you, it's the first time that anybody ever mentioned Microsoft Access. So I have no idea. I guess you don't know what you don't know until somebody mention it, and you're like, oh, okay, makes sense. Learn something new. So let's see. I don't know. No, I'm on my mid 30s already. I'm definitely not too young. So use cases for let's see. All right, so once this is ready, I can actually. So, uh, labs.com. I think I'm going to. And yep, that's. Oh, it's not alphabetical. Crap. I want the alphabetical order. Um, click the date button. Dated with new data. So the data should be updated. Come on. Some of these things, like, you have to be really specific. You have to say, hey, he has to do this, he has to do that. And I would think that there should be some level of inference to know, like, okay, so you should do this, you should do that, and just do it automatically. So all my stuff is for tech shows. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Let's I will keep refactoring them until I find that it's not the best way to go about it. It's proper handling, added updates, timestamp, improve error, ensure the workspace ID is included in the update. Okay, yeah. All right, so all right, so the data. And if I want to do anything, I need to be able to add this right here. So without that, it's not going to work the way I'm thinking it should work. All right. All right, cool. United States. Come on. I think we did pretty good adding all the countries. It's just they need to be alphabetical order. Ah, Cuba. There's no freaking way. You know what? It doesn't matter. Um, 50 down and country. And all right, let's do this. It's bothering me quite a bit. And if I want a good user experience, perhaps I should be facing that issue. If I do consulting work, I do. Um, being completely transparent with you, I haven't done any for any of these AI coding tools. All the consulting work that I have done is in no-code tools like Bubble, Webflow, and Framer, and up to a certain extent in WordPress. But yes, I do. I do consulting work on the side as well. Let's see. United States. Got it. All right, so we're going to go back to a document earlier I ask the AI to provide me with some information on how to use Firecrawl. So here it is. We are not going to do this one. Um, so, okay. So supposedly, if you say integrate Firecrawl, it does. So let's see if it works like that. I will help you integrate for your website scrolling functionality. Since this project is connected to Superbase, we will start the Firecrawl API, key security. First, add the API key to your Superbase secrets. All right, so let's do this really quick. Adding the API key. API key was added. It didn't real, huh? Richard, yes, you can contact me through my website or you can email me. I will send you my email address here. Yeah, you can email me. I will probably respond tomorrow or within 24 hours from the moment that you email me. I have a few videos that I'm recording this week, so but yeah, if you email me, I will be able to respond back to you. Appropriate to use for Chrome. All right, let's take a look at these. Not that. Analysis. I want Firecrawl to scrape company websites to understand the offering. Once they are offering have actually no. So we're going to scrape the company website to find contacts that can be added to the CRM. Once the contacts have been found, they need to be created in the database with the information returned from Firecrawl. Let's see if we can do that. I know that was probably a big task, and relatively vague. Didn't offer too much context, but hopefully it can get me the information that I need and do exactly what it needed to do. Functionality to create a company website. First, we need to update the edge function to extract contact information and modify the web crawler component to handle the return data. Okay. So you would like to scrape the American Kennel Club and the United Kennel Club websites for a list of dogs, shows, and judges. There is a tool that I would perhaps use for that. I don't know if they're still around. Well, there are actually two tools. One of them is Test AU, and they used to be really good at doing that kind of stuff. Um, Let me see if they still do that. Oh yeah, they have a Google search result. So I would think that their Google search result crawl. Let's see how much they cost nowadays. Oh yeah, it's quite expensive nowadays. But they got a free plan, which 2 hours is more than enough for what you want to do. Or you can do it, I guess, through Firecrawl. I haven't played with it too much, but yeah, basically you can scrape that relatively easy with tool like TestAU, perhaps Firecrawl. Um, I'm just playing with it because um, Lovable integrated them, so that is really doable. I used to do a lot of scraping before. I used to use TestAU. There is a tool that is called Hesomatic. Oh yeah, I would send you that. Let me send you that. I will send you a few that I have used in the past. Um, I think they have another one that is like a they had like a I forgot the name of that. Uh, Hesify. They have this Chrome extension that you can basically just like point, click, and scrape. I will send you this one too. Actually, I enjoy using that one because it's really easy to use. And that one is just a Chrome extension. So, oh yeah, you can see here like you get like the data, and then you can download it or send it to Google Sheets. So, those are some options that you can do. And I think that last one, I think that's free. I want to say, let me see. Yeah, I think that was free. Oh no, they have plans now. Huh. I mean, they're relatively cheap. But it used to be completely free at some point. All right, so let's implement the functionality to scrape a company website for contact, store them in the CRM database. First, we need to update the edge function to extract, okay, changes, enable the website crawler to find. So, time a new company is added. I need to run using the website. Using the website specific. I think that would be an overkill. Let's see. Now we're going to test this out. Really enjoying this. It's been live for almost 2 hours, but it's been fun being able to build this nice looking site. It's always good to do these kind of things. We will update the company, form submission logic to trigger the crawler after successfully creating a company. Now, whenever a company is added, the crawler will automatically run using the website URL. All right, so let's add a new company. So for this one, we're going to add Replit. You get the URL. All right, so that's an issue if that's the case. Okay. Please into is all right, we will need to turn it to its own screen to make sure that we can actually make it be all right. We're going to fix this error, whatever it was. Failure reaction. Interesting. So hopefully we can get that fast because I want to see this crawler working. Several phishing type issues and protected route components. Okay. See this screen, fix it. So let's see if we can fix that. And basically, we're trying to make sure that we can get the screen back to work. Let's take a look at Firecrawl. See if we scrape any pages. It didn't. So there's nothing in the activity log. Yes, I do. I do. If it doesn't, if it keeps going on a loop and keeps, I tried that, but you have to remember that when you do that, you actually have to, that's a message that get taken from you. So I would say that do it, but only as a last resort, because that's a message that get taken from you if you were to copy the logs and paste them into the input field. So just something to think about whenever you're doing that. Now, if you click the try to fix the issue button, that doesn't get taken away from you. What was I doing? Add a company pop-up over stand. Face it. Yeah, it's free for the next 90 minutes. You know, I haven't even checked if I wanted to see if I'm using. Yeah, I mean, it's still free. I still have my 6 bonus messages. I got 50 bonus messages for Christmas, which was pretty cool. So then 5 out of 5 for the messages, for the daily messages, and then this resets, I think, in 2 days. So I ain't to worry about it. But yeah, it's still free for another 90 minutes. Hopefully longer. We will see. So Replit. Oh, not that. I don't know the city, but yeah, hopefully they do. But I own a bank on that. Okay. So let's make it scrollable. Now, let me ask you, and I've been thinking about like what's the best way that I can go about it. I'm in Killeen, Texas, just an hour north of Austin. Uh, will it be? Do you think it will be useful for people to use templates as starting points? So, as an example, somebody want to build a CRM, they could take this project that I have already created, and they can remix it into their account, and they can continue building from the starting point that I have already created rather than starting from zero. They will save them probably 50 to 75 messages just by setting up the basic functionality. Um, but I would like to hear your take. Like, will that be useful? Or as an example, like the directory that I had shared earlier, I think I shared it with you. I think, I don't know, might have been somebody else. Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. I created, let me see if I have it open here. And this is something that I would actually be using myself here in the near future. But in Replit Agents, um, I created this, what I'd like to think that is pretty cool, video editing software. Let's run it. Yeah, that's a lot of people. I actually sell a lot of templates in the Bower Marketplace every month. I'm I'm not going to say I make a lot of money out of it, but I make a decent money every month selling Bower templates. So, and it's all about the quality. And if you want to people to buy your templates, you want to create something that is pretty cool, pretty good quality, right? So, um, but this is something that I've been working with, and this is a video editing software that people can upload files, record. Let's see if the camera. Hopefully, it doesn't mess up my live video. But okay, right here. So yeah, it records the video and everything. Um, well, for a dog show template, that would be more difficult because number one, I have no knowledge about dog shows. Um, yeah, like I, I had seen them on TV and movies, but not. I'm not knowledgeable about what dog uh, a dog show website would look like. I would have to look it up and do a whole lot of research um, to gain a better understanding. Uh, okay, so when I created a company, yeah, it is a very niche market. I would think the dog show um, websites, it would be really challenging for me to build a template that I would only sell one or two copies. Now, on the flip side, directories, everybody want to build a directory, whether that is for software applications or for local businesses. Everybody want to build a directory, so that's relatively easy to build. Software applications, that's relatively easy to sell because you know like everybody's trying to build their own software applications so they can um, Okay. Yeah, I figured that much. Yeah, but software applications, they are like relatively easy to sell, but I will. Yeah, if I send you my email, if you send me a link to your site, I will take a look at it and provide some recommendations on how to improve it, and perhaps some pointers on uh, what you could do next. Let me check the code. I'm logging to help the track cross execution. Okay. Indicator telling me he's found in those are into context. All right, so we're going to build that indicator. Hey, Richard, I really appreciate you spending all this time with me. It's been great having this virtual conversation through the chat and talking. Hopefully, I see you in one of my next videos, but if I don't, send me that email and I will definitely provide you with some feedback. And have a great night and a great week ahead. So for leads found, created, which rest and a detailed list of context. Okay. All right. I think that would be good. We're going to delete Replit.
Did you finish?
Almost. Why? And the bash component doesn't have SSH. Freeze it by obtaining the bash component, properly typing the crawl result data. It's getting pretty cold in here. It's 34 degrees with we're feeling 15. Ooh, that's insane. Uh, all right, so let's refactor the file, and now we should have a pretty solid indicator on whether or not those leads were found and created in to the database using Firecrawl. Yeah, Firecrawl. So let's have this run, refactor this, and then we can add it. Ah, probably did it too fast. 90% sure it will give me an error. Oh, no error. Good. So fix the company functionality. So we need to fix that functionality so we can actually delete Replit, add it again, and have it crawl for new leads, and hopefully you can find some leads there. Let's close this. Let's close this. And we can close that, and that. Can revisit that tomorrow. All right. So now we're making the changes to the database, so we can delete companies, and from there we can just go into making sure that we can crawl on these websites for new leads. It's working. And just for reference, what we're trying to do is every time we add a new company to this CRM, it crawls their website, so we can add those contacts that are found on the website as contacts on the website. I mean, as contacts on the CRM. That's what I mean. This is going to be a long project. It's going to probably take a few weeks to build. It's been something I have been working on the whole weekend, and if you watch the video from the beginning, it was a nightmare because I started adding some API integrations before I had my UI ready, and that caused some issues. So yeah. If you have any questions, there is a chat to the side. I would love to answer any questions you might have. I've been having conversations with the audience all night, so I would definitely love to know what are some of your questions. I messed up the design, but we're going to refresh. Let's go back. Replit. Then we will add that. We're going to find contacts. We're going to go and check if we're using any credits. We're going to add the company. And okay. New company. So let's fix this. Function when a new company is added or the website. All right, so let's fix that. We need to make this scroll work. That's part of what we need to achieve here today. So design is broken now. I don't know why. So replit. I'm going to refresh. Let's try this again. Yeah, so well, we have reached the end of this video. Thank you for watching and hope you have a great rest of your day.